So during the hiring process, you're going to have sat down and written out a job description for the staff person that you want to hire, and you're going to have to figure out what exactly that person will do, and that's why you have a job description. But also another thing that you're going to be looking at is the condition of the organization as a whole. What are the other needs other than this one staff position that you are needing to hire, and can one staff person address multiple issues? And so that's what we're going to look at today. So once you've decided your job description and you've sat down and you have met with your team and you figured out it's time to start taking in resumes. Once you do that, typically people will fall into two categories. And so as a church or an organization, you're going to have to figure out what type of person do we want to have. In our particular situation, we are a smaller church that's seeking to rebuild. And so we have a lot of leadership holes. And so we have decided to go from a specialist position to a generalist position. So I want to take a few minutes to kind of explain what I mean by that. So I want to show you a couple of tools. The first ones are the specialist tools. All right, so this is a screwdriver, fairly large screwdriver, Phillips head. All right. This is a needle nose pair of pliers. Had these since I was in college. Then also we have another pair of blunt nose pliers. So all of these are specialized tools. They're designed to be used with a specific size screw, and with these pliers, they have a particular set of things that these things can do. Now, you don't want to use these as a hammer. You don't want to use these as anything other than what they were intended and designed to do. Here's some other examples of some tools. This is a Leatherman multi-tool. And on this, you've got pliers, you've got a screwdriver, there's a knife on here. So you got all kinds of stuff. And then this is the pocket knife that I carry with me every day. It has, of course, a knife, a screwdriver, a corkscrew, a toothpick. It's got all kinds of stuff on there. And so if we're going to compare the two, we would say that this would be a generalist tool. You do a lot of different things with this. And this is the specialist tool. All right, now, which is better? Well, it depends on the situation, right? So I'm going to always have this with me, and I'm going to carry it around with me everywhere I go. But the screwdriver is much smaller, right? This was designed to be a screwdriver, really only designed to do one thing. This was designed to do multiple things. Which one does it better? Well, if you're talking about putting in a screw, this obviously would be the better choice than this one. But this one allows you to do lots of different things. So in our church, in organization, we have decided to go with a generalist position, which means that we're looking for a staff person that can not only do one particular job, but he's going to also need to be able to do some other jobs as well. So the benefit of a generalist is that you're going to be able to cover a lot of different things sooner than you would if you had just focused on a specialist. The danger is going to be that person, you got to be careful not to put too much responsibility on one staff position, because then ever how effective they would have been by just focusing on one task, by having them do too much, then they're not going to be effective at doing any task. So there's going to be a balance. So first off, you got to decide in our organization, do we really need a specialist to just focus on one area, or do we need a generalist? And typically the larger the organization, the more specialized tasks become. And so we are, again, a smaller organization that's seeking to rebuild. And so we're going to go with a generalist that's going to allow us to be able to cover multiple tasks at the same time. But again, the danger is if you're going to go with a generalist position, you're going to have to be able to help this person manage the task and things that they have, so that they don't get overburdened with trying to do too much at one time. Hope this was helpful, and we'll talk to you next time.